All right, welcome guys to this next series of the EPL. No, this is fine. It's gonna be Breeze against Dictator now. So that's SKG. No, wait. Yeah, Breeze is SKG. So it's SKG against the MDS, Mandarin Duck Squad. So that is one of the last matches of the season, I believe. There should be only maybe one series after that, and then it's gonna be the end of the qualifiers, and so we'll very soon know who makes it to the playoffs. I'm gonna be solo casting. I'm Kaiserklein. I believe Riot Coke will join me soon, but he cannot do it right now. So maybe next game I will have a co-caster. And first game is Menchoya, and we have a Portuguese Miro, which is a matchup we don't see very often at all. Ports being Breeze Brothers, aka ageofkiller's main civ, and he's known for liking to go water with ports, and so that makes sense on Menchoya. So yeah, we have here Breeze in the color orange on the south of the map, and on the other side of the map, Dictator in the color teal as usual. And again, a Portuguese mirror indeed. Let's check the hunts quickly before we go any further into this game. Yeah, I think it's good enough. Coal mines are fine as well, so I think we're good to go. I think it was just a food start, so no extra crates. Just 200 food, 100 wood on EP. It's only always 200 or 100 food on EP because you start with 100 less food. And there's a lot of yaks on this map, and Breeze is sending out a veil to pick some of them up. So it should make up for the walking time, probably. Just even though that veil was walking, he's also gathering some food. And one of these yaks, I mean, each of these yaks is roughly a 30-foot treasure, probably right now. So it does probably make up for the walking time. However, I hope he's not gonna kill all of them because he might as well keep them for later. He already made up for walking there, and I think he could just go on to herd that. But instead he's gonna waste 2 yaks here, so that's not too good. Treasure contention here. Dictator going for the 90 wood, but spotted by Breeze, and it's gonna be tough for Dictator to get that treasure. Breeze, I have no idea who's got that. Breeze actually got it, but it was looking very close. So that's not a very good start for Dictator. He's got no yak actually. And Breeze, well, he also has no yaks, but he ate 3 of them. And Breeze got the 90 wood. Dictator only got 65 gold, which isn't exactly a great treasure, especially for ports in H1. And now Dictator is most likely gonna lose his Explorer. He's not really trying to escape now, he is, but even if he does escape from the snare, I think Breeze should be able to just shoot at that Explorer and kill it. Breeze going for the 12 age up a little bit earlier, probably because he ate these 3 yaks. Not sure it's worth it, but at least he's gonna age up earlier. That Explorer is gonna die here. And oh, okay, yeah. I need to check the Discord at the same time. This was kind of last second stuff, but I think everything is fine. So yeah, 300 wood for Dictator here, while there's Schooners for Breeze. Schooners being the standard first card if you're gonna go water. 300 wood. Being just a weird card to send, honestly, but there has to be some sort of plan from Dictator. I just don't really like that he's sending 300 wood to build a TP and building it with his bill as well because he doesn't have an Explorer. So this is very questionable. I mean, I don't know what the plan here, because he might as well TP up on age up, probably, because the time that this TP goes up with a bill, it's gonna take so long that really you might as well just get back your 100 HP plus Explorer and just build it here, and that's it, right? But well, and also 300 wood is just not a very good shipment, and that's also a loss of like, I don't know, 100 resources here by just building that forever. And so yeah, looks like Dictator has no plans to contest the water whatsoever at this point. And so Breeze is dropping 2 forward docks here, taking all the water control. And I don't really know what the plan is for Dictator. It looks like he's gonna send his TC next to the shore, maybe. And but so does Breeze. And so the eco is already in favor of Breeze because it's got 4 fishing boats. And that TC is idle now. 700 wood coming in from Breeze, so very standard. Since you have schooners, you might as well send 700 good and just wood, sorry, and just invest it into a lot of fishing boats. EP schooners allowing you to also train boats faster, so you can see the amount of boats is growing very quickly here, and the third dock as well. So this is extremely greedy by Breeze. 3 dock schooners is the equivalent of more than 4 docks actually with the extra training time. So you need a lot of wood to supply that. So he's got basically all his vills on wood and no vills on, well, 1 vill on food, and just using the fishing boats to train vills and just chopping so much to spam boats. But it might be a little bit too much maybe. I don't know if you really need like so many docks. But well, we'll see. So what is the plan for Dictator here? It looks like he's just gonna go H3. Just ship 700 food, aged up with the wood. Got a stagecoach, which is nice. Not nearly as much eco as Breeze, but definitely a cheaper investment. And now he's gonna age, but it's really kind of slow. I mean, he's gathering all the food for the age up. Shipping 700 wood now, and I hope he's like setting his TPs on food or gold or whatever just to age faster, but I think he does. Also eating a yak, so Dictator will be up shortly. I don't know what this is. Weird bug. I think we need to go with locked teams for next game so that this doesn't happen, but well, anyway. So Breeze walling up with a lot of holes as usual, so units can actually go through that. So this is not a very useful wall. And the stable going up in base by Dictator here. No military building yet for Breeze. It looks like he's just, yeah, doing the very greedy stuff, you know, and just gonna gather, switch his fishing boats on gold to gather for the age up. He's also got the first fishing upgrade. Not the second one yet. And looks like he's also looking to get a stagecoach because he's got 2 TPs here. And I think Dictator might, I didn't really see, but it looks like he sent his Explorer here to just try to get a trading post up here. Maybe to try to deny that stagecoach, but Breeze managed to get it for himself, so that's not gonna happen. 700 gold now, so Breeze not going for the super greedy version of it where you can go like Eco Theory or Fish Market. Like so much whenever you select a deck. RIP. So maybe ports don't have Fish Market, I'm not sure. But he could have gone for something more greedy, but he decided to play it safer and just ship 700 gold. However, the macro is not totally on point. It's gonna have too much gold. And so what is Dictator gonna do about all this now? He's got land control, he's starting to train some hussars, but I mean, look at the eco, it's ridiculously in favor of Breeze. And the problem is that if you go for naked FF, you have a shot at killing the opponent who goes for a water boom when you receive, like, let's say France or Germany which is just faster. Like they, as this kind of civ, you have more of a power spike in early fortress because yeah, you just get better unit shipments. You have more eco early on, so you can just make more units. But as ports, you don't really have so much of a timing in early fortress, so I really don't know how he plans to punish that water play. Okay, he's shipping 3 caravels, which is gonna idle all these boats, but realistically they will never be able to break the docks, like especially not the one next to the TC here. And he has no dock himself, so no way to repair these boats, so it's gonna be very hard to do much here. I guess Breeze might be shipping a frigate, and maybe Dictator can just send his... Oh, he's going for the TC, which is nice. Looks like the hussars are still too big to go through the gaps, but I'm pretty sure infantry can. And yeah, now 2 caravels instead of a frigate, which I don't understand, but either way it's gonna be enough because, yeah, because like I said, the low HP caravels cannot be repaired for Dictator, so he's lost already one of them, and the other 2 are low HP, and they will not just get any higher HP than that, so they will die to these 2 caravels here, unless maybe Dictator ships a frigate next. But even if he does, then what is the frigate and these caravels gonna do against water here? I mean, with all these defensive buildings. And so yeah, a couple hussars dying to some goons, not quite getting the TC down. I feel like if that was the plan, he didn't ship 3 caravels, he shipped 2 and he aged up with 1 and 400 wood, which is interesting. Interesting timing, but just not quite enough. Yeah, he lost all of them now, and I think this game is just really over. But yeah, if you wanted to do something like that, I think Dictator would have needed to push his docks in early fortress. Even train pikes or whatever kind of siege you can get, and just try to get this down and then kill the fishing boats with your warships. But if you don't support the push with land units, then the docks and the TC will be just enough to defend a water shipment like that. So yeah, I don't really know what's the follow-up for Dictator here. He's hiding an artillery foundry, which surely would help against warships and against TCs. You can get a lot of siege out of that, but is it really enough? I'm not sure what's the plan here, yeah. And Brace is just walling more. And going industrial, which he honestly doesn't need to do, but I think he can afford it anyway, because Dictator is just doing nothing basically. He's training organs maybe? No, he's not training anything from that foundry yet. Just training some goons and just so far behind. I mean, this is extremely over. Oh, he's aging himself, but that also plays into Breeze's hands because, yeah, I mean, Breeze is just gathering twice as much stuff compared to Dictator. And Breeze is trying to secure that hunt, and it might be denied by Dictator, but it doesn't matter all that much. He's anyway still got some fish for the time being on the water. Eventually he will run out of fish, but he's still got some here, so even if he cannot access that hunt, it's not a big deal. He also has the eco to actually build mills anyway. Like, he's got so much eco, he doesn't, you know, doesn't really even need hunts of fish. He can just afford to pay for mills. So Dictator aged up with 1k gold. He's gonna drop a TC here. And still not using that foundry. I'm not sure what this is for. And yeah, Breeze already got 4 units on the field. Dictator calling Minutemen, gonna hold for the time being, but yeah. Also, Breeze shipping whale oil, so that the gathering on the ways right now is insane. I mean, he's got long lines, he's got rendering plant and whale oil, so that's like how many percent is that? I think this is 30%. This is like 35 or like 15. No, wait, is it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much that is, but it's probably close to 100% faster gathering on waves at this point, which is just quite broken actually. But it does. You do need to ship a lot of cards to get to that point. So, and Dictator just let him get to that point, and now he's pushing with two heavies, but there's a foundry for Breeze, so he's just gonna get some coverings probably and hold that easily. He doesn't even need to ship heavy cannons himself. I mean, heavy cannons don't even really matter when boss players are just training goons. They are nice anyway, they siege a lot, they do damage even to dragoons, but it's not like they are super scary here. So if Breeze just gets some curves and he doesn't even need to ship his own heavies and just get Jeanettes, he's getting the awesome upgrade just now, but yeah, I don't know what Dictator is gonna do about it. And the coverings are going forward, these heavy cannons are dead, pretty much. There's a church for Breeze. One heavy cannon going down. And yeah, Breeze Dragoons are just superior. They have more range, like 6 more range and 10% more attack as well. Actually, Dictator got that as well, so never mind, but still, this is just over. And Breeze now getting the Jeanettes. Not very interesting at this point, honestly. Data just has to resign. There's not much else to say about this game. I mean, he's just gonna get steamrolled here. Although I guess he's sort of okay in terms of eco. He's one factory up though, so when Breeze gets his second factory, he's gonna be again ahead in eco. And also these boats are actually gathering gold super fast, and it means that Breeze probably doesn't even need plantations. He does have he's still mining gold, but yeah, he doesn't need plantations anytime soon. While Dictator will need to build plantations very soon probably. Actually not, he's got a 5k gold mine, but he needs to keep map control for that, and he's probably gonna lose his map control here. So yeah, it's not looking good for Dictator. And Dragoon combat coming in for Breeze, which is definitely a nice card. I don't know if it's better to ship that than the factory, but it's definitely nice. Doesn't really matter either way. This game is just really over. There's no way Dictator ever kills his massive goons, especially because now he's out of gold. Like, he cannot gather this gold. He's got maybe a plantation somewhere. No, he's got another 5k here. So actually he's okay regarding gold, but Dictator popping bills to deal with the curves, but honestly I question whether it's even important to deal with the culverins at this point. I mean, what do they even counter here when you're spamming pure goon? It's not like anyone is gonna go artillery here, so yeah, well anyway, GG, so that's 1-0 for ageofkiller. And yeah, I mean, that's what should we say about this game? Just Dictator doing really nothing to counter the water boom except shipping some caravels, which is just never enough. Like you cannot, unless it's 3 caravels super early, then you have a shot at cleaning up the water directly. But if you get like 3 caravels when the guy already got 3 docks and a TC next to the shore, what are they gonna do? Like it's totally useless. So yeah, not a great play here from Dictator in my opinion, and we're gonna move on to next game. Hmm. Yeah, I didn't get to restart my computer because it takes a bit of time and I had to cast, but my computer isn't too happy right now after playing some games and all. So I hope it's gonna be smooth. I'm afraid when I start calling on Discord, it doesn't get better. We'll see. If I have to, I just restart my computer if it lags or something, but should be fine. Um, so we're gonna wait for them to host. Um, So I'm supposed to be joined by WickedCossack now. I'm just waiting for an answer from him. I don't see him online just yet. So yeah, we'll just wait and see if they rehost and if WickedCossack just comes. Okay, Wicked is online now, so I guess he... I don't know what they're doing meanwhile. Breeze is just offline. I hope he's not getting spammed or something. Breeze is restarting his computer. Oh boy. Alright, so WickedCossack's gonna join me. Uh, kind of, yeah, weird organization today. Not the smoothest stream scheduling, but all right, I'm gonna join Wicked Cossack now. Well, hi.
Are you alright? Can you hear me? Is the sound okay?
Yeah, you wait. I just need to plug my earphones. I forget every time, but not this time. Give me one
Wait.
second.
Yeah, no worries. Of course.
All right. Yeah, because otherwise they get a terrible echo from you. So
Oh right, sounds necessary.
right. Yeah. So it's been a while you haven't casted, right?
No, since well, I did a bit
Oh
at the
yeah.
LAN event. Yeah, felt a bit rusty there, but I've got a free evening. I've been pretty flexible today, so I don't know. I'm just feeling Age of Empires today. There's been a lot of Age of Empires going on, and just sort of in the mood. So
Yeah, that's pretty cool then.
yeah, just caught the end of game one as well. Looked like a fun water match. I'm disappointed I missed that actually, but hoping the rest of the series will be pretty nice.
You didn't miss much in that game one. Honestly, it was very one-sided.
All right, I was wondering if that's because you just don't like, maybe not a big fan of water,
No, it's
or
just
maybe it
that
was.
Dictator never did really anything to punish the water, so Brace just was sitting on twice the eco the whole game, and that's it, basically. So yeah,
Oh, wow.
wasn't anything special. Uh, wait, I just need to tell them something. 'Cause this is weird.
Oh right, we don't want. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want people to be able to change their teams in.
I imagine they'd just
Wait,
get disqualified though. But
yeah.
okay,
Um,
not changing teams, but changing civs. Is that?
Yeah, he was Russia and he went to Germany, but that's fine because he's counter peaking and not
Right.
actually picking first. But yeah, so he just changed his mind in last second there.
Yeah, I was going to
Uh,
say we just queued in, didn't we? And then it's
yeah.
very strange,
Oh well.
but we'll let him go with it.
Yeah. Well, I do like that pick better, right? Because Russia isn't known to be too good against Germany, and German mirror makes more sense.
Oh, this is my favorite matchup. By the way, if you want to know what's happening in this matchup, feel free to ask me. I know you're not very experienced at this one, but I should have all the answers for you. So,
Yeah, I will ask you for advice for sure. I'm gonna need it.
cheers. Yeah.
So
Um,
how does this matchup go then?
yeah. Glad you asked. Yeah, you can do a few things. So there's the Ulan semi-FF, pretty good. But what I really like is just making a Raxin base and doing nothing for the first few minutes. It's pretty good.
All
Make
right.
it make a couple of doubles, you know. But
Yeah, you can hold with just fewer units just because doppels are so good against Ulans.
yeah, it's quite nice. But I imagine the way you like playing this, right, is just sort of semi-FF Ulan and then kind of adapt from there. Maybe add some doppels if the opponent's making doppels and.
Yeah, it kind of depends on the crate start, on the map, and some stuff. I think there's lots of viable options. It's one of the mirrors which are actually interesting, I think. But we should check the hunts quickly.
Hmm.
Isn't Brace just missing a gold, a mine here? I mean, he's no, wait, no, never mind. He's got two
No,
in
his
base.
mines
Never
are
mind.
fine. His third hunt is a little far. What do you reckon on his third hunt? That's the only thing I'm thinking, and that can kind of matter in this matchup.
Um,
It's
well,
like a tough
this
one to decide.
this is equivalent to that, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
think
yeah.
it's a bit further maybe, but I think you can still bring it under UTC, so it should be fine. And then after that, well, Breeze doesn't
Well,
quite have this, but he's got that, which is also probably sort of similar. I don't know. What do you think?
I think we'll go with it. I think the mines are more important in this matchup. They both got 3 coin mines next to their TC, so it's kind of nice for Germany. Hunt's
Yeah,
yeah, a little favour to Conqueror, but I
I
think
don't know. Yeah.
they can play out.
Well, Breeze
Oh,
3 just needs to get that, and then I think his hunts are totally fine. But
yeah.
it's walking away a little bit because yeah, that happens unfortunately. But
This
yeah.
this 100 wood treasure really paying off for Conqueror. Look at that, he's going
Oh wow.
going to the trading post. That's gonna be huge. He's gonna get like probably maybe two passes in before like Breeze even starts building his. Maybe he gets like 3 passes in. So it's kind of like the equivalent of you get the 100 wood and then maybe like a 200 XP treasure on top of that. Which when you think about it, is pretty insane in this matchup.
Yeah, it just really snowballs, right? And especially as Germany, that trading post is extremely important. However, he might still age a little bit later just because it probably doesn't really speed up his to settler wagon shipment. He's also not shipping it, by the way. Dictator forgot to ship it.
Oh
So
yeah,
that is yeah, he's gonna age up 18 for sure at this point. I mean, just gathering 100 wood and then not actually shipping his settler wagons, and oh, this is so sad. This is so
yeah.
sad.
But I don't think that's intentional. I mean, we'll see, but I imagine that's just because there's a lot going on. He's microing the treasures, building the trading post, and sometimes you do just forget when
Yeah.
something is like out of the ordinary. Because like if it being a 200 wood start, you sort of know all the timings. You'd never forget the two set of the wagons.
Yeah.
I think it's just the fact that he had to like build a trading post at a random time. It just throws you off because you don't normally do that, and then you just like
He's
yeah, there we
shipping
go.
them now. Oh yeah, that's just so unfortunate. I mean, it's well, I mean, okay, he still has a TP. He's got a 90 food after the 100 wood, so I think this is still a game. You know, even though he's wasted like so many resources by just not shipping the settler wagons, it's still it's
Yeah,
still, you know, okay. We'll see how it goes, but that was just huge.
it's probably nice. It probably evens it up a little bit considering a
Yeah.
better hunt. He got that 100 wood treasure, so now we're a little bit even. And Breeze actually gets this native scout treasure, which I imagine in this matchup it's like really hard to quantify kind of how valuable a native scout is, but I can imagine it can pay off really big in this matchup. Looking for
Yeah.
those Ulan movements, and I mean if you catch a sort of a big Ulan mass off guard, then I mean you can win games off the back of that. But he has to make sure he has to position it carefully anyway.
Yeah, it's probably even more valuable, especially in this matchup, just because it's so hard to scout Germany overall because of the two Olans upon age up. So you can't even scout their first shipment, right? Because then I mean, you can if you decide to sack your explorer. But when you have a native scout in stealth mode, you might just be able to keep scouting regardless of the free Olans. So that's just pretty nice. Very nice pickup for Breeze here. Also finding the explorer not really gonna be able to kill it, but yeah. Breeze getting
Yeah.
his own trading post up, which is very standard. Stacking a lot of wood though. Not sure for what, but we'll see.
Yeah, so this is kind of the first decision moment in the matchup. Do you drop a barracks? Do you drop a stable? No one sent any forward villagers. Yeah, Breeze going with the barracks, probably the safe option maybe. And oh, yeah, of course, Conqueror's aging that bit later, so not sure. I'm kind of expecting a stable from him. I don't really know how he plays this matchup. I've seen Breeze play at the odd times since I'm on his team and been practicing the odd German matchup with him.
I think it's a lot of rock, paper, seesaw stuff and scouting and all that. Like there's a lot of timings which are really scary because Doppels have a lot of siege. They kill Ulan so well. You cannot really catch Dops with Ulans and then call you Minutemen like you would do with Hussars just because Dops kill Ulans in 3 swings. So there's like a lot of potential to do a big Doppel push, but there's also lots of raids going on. It's just such a complex matchup and there's so many ways to do it. And I don't even know for sure the best way what it is. It just feels like you just open with one of the units and then figure out what you're gonna do and when you age and yeah.
Yeah. And it's really nice that for Breeze, he was the player that actually got the scouting, so his explorer poked in, and so he knows what the opponent's doing. We got little two Ulan engaged at the top. Oh, they're going to trade exactly. Almost.
Yeah, almost.
But I feel like Breeze has got a slight advantage just having the comfort of knowing what the opponent's done. So he sees in base racks, he knows he doesn't necessarily need to pump out too many units. So I can see he's actually pretty low on resources. So maybe he is trading a full batch of we got a full batch of 5 doubles coming out. So surprisingly, he actually does want to put on the pressure, even though he scouted that he didn't need to put on the pressure. I think he just feels comfortable as the aggressor in land matchups anyway.
And it's interesting because this is actually a fake barracks. I mean, not fake, but he's not. Dictator is just going for a naked FF. He's not training any units. Unless I missed it. Maybe he's got a DOP in queue. No, he does not. I would have still liked him to have a DOP in queue just in case. You never know if you're going to need to pop it like now. But, well, so yeah, he's going to be aging super early. But he's going to not have the 700 wood, which is a bit of a problem as Germany. And he's going to lose probably a house, although he's just gonna have to call Minutemen, which is all.
Yeah, but I think it's fine though, right?
Yeah.
The 5 dots didn't really get too much done. I guess forcing the Minutemen a bit early is a little bit nice, but I mean, I'd be pretty happy as Conqueror. I didn't need to train any units in Age 2. Made it up perfectly safe to Age 3. Had that earlier TP. So the only good thing for Breeze is because he's done the 700 wood, he has been able to add in that second trading post, so that's going to help him get the odd pass. But since Conqueror's got the faster age up, he might be able to maybe pressure it and siege that down. We'll have to see what he does.
Yeah, indeed. Looks like Breeze is also going to gather all his resources for the age up. So not actually going to ship 700 gold or anything.
Wow.
So this is quite slow against the naked FF Dictator is doing, and also it's just sad for your gold mines a bit. I mean, he's also already on the second mine because these are 1k5 gold mines only. And Breeze trying to go in again, changing his mind now. A few skirms out, that's probably why.
Yeah, I guess he was just trying to he's just trying to poke and see maybe what's the first shipment, what unit composition is Conqueror going for. Because I don't think he really expected to get, like, if you didn't get anything done the first time, you're not going to get anything done 2 minutes later, really. Yeah, he just kind of wanted to roughly see. We got the 3 war wagons coming out from Conqueror. I guess that's the expected safe shipment, since they could kite the doppels if need be, and the Ulans. And now it looks like he's just going to head on down to the trading post, maybe, or is he going to set up a raid? One of the two, anyway.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I think he should know he's got a small window where he's up earlier. He can abuse that unit shipment. Maybe, idle that second gold mine, kill a VO2, kill some dubs, kill some Ulans, I don't know. But like aging up super early to then just ship units and get the trading post down isn't exactly maybe not the greatest use of this shipment. I don't know, but we'll see. At least he will get it down. But
yeah, at least he's doing something with his units, right? So he isn't just left them in his base. However, the other advantage here for Breeze is that he does get to see the exact unit composition. So he didn't actually see that 3 war wagons come in. I mean, he possibly could have guessed it, but it's nice to get confirmation just to sort of know exactly what unit composition your opponent's going for, and then you can choose exactly what to ship in response. We can see Breeze has got a unit shipment available, but he's not sending it. So he's kind of just deciding. He's not really sure what to send yet. Oh, I see. It's because he had one on the way, maybe.
Yeah, because he didn't ship 700 gold, so he's stacking shipments. But yeah, so Breeze kind of got away with doing what he did. So it's actually, in fact, more greedy than what Dictator did, because he sneaked in the 700 wood and then he gathered everything for the age up. He did make 5 dubs, which are not going to be super useful at this point, but still something. And he lost a TP, but they're still both sitting at 1 TP each. So at this point, it's kind of hard to say who is ahead. And there's 1k gold coming in for Conqueror, so I guess we can expect Mercs next. Although, yeah, 1k gold without 1k wood before, it means he's going to have to chop a lot of wood for his houses, for sure, but it's still something you can do.
Ooh, no, if he's going for Mercs, he can't push out too far, especially with the 9 wood. He's going to have to be careful. This raid at the back might distract Breeze, though. Oh, no, there we go. It's pretty nice by Breeze. He's only, grouped off 4 Ulans. No, I think Conqueror's realised if he's going to be going for Mercs, he needs to pull back a bit. So smart play from him. And these 2 Ulans are just going to buy himself a bit of time. As we can see, Breeze is now moving all of his cavalry mass back to deal with this. So it looks like Conqueror is going to be safe.
But gonna trade 2 Ulans for 1 Vil, which is not good. But yeah, not the end of the world here. But 9 Ulans coming in for Breeze, and he has another shipment on the way. And Breeze didn't really want to fight because Dictator had more skirmishers, and Breeze maybe didn't feel comfortable fighting, because if your opponent has a skirm advantage, it means if you want to take the fight, you have to go in. Like, there's no other way, right? You have to send all your cav in and start fighting with it. And he just didn't feel like he was ready for that. But now it does look like he's ready for a big fight. But I expect Black Riders from Dictator here, which would complement his unit composition quite nicely here. And then I think we have to give the edge to Dictator if they come to fight next with the Black Riders. We'll have to see, though. I hope it's not Jaegers, because they wouldn't do too good against that.
It's the Jaegers. I think the thing was he didn't see like the full cavalry mass of Breeze. Breeze did a nice job defending the raid by like bringing just the 4 Ulans. So Conqueror only ever saw like the 4 Ulans. So he wasn't aware that Breeze was going for this huge Ulan mass. However, I mean, so what? Conqueror's about 6 war wagons. He's moving out. I mean, neither player really knows where each other's army is. Conqueror's coming back.
Well, now Dictator will see what's up, and maybe I guess his choke is pretty good for him though, next to the cliff and stuff. But more war wagons coming in at a clutch moment, and now they're gonna fight. But yeah, Dictator is gonna have to kite a lot here if he wants to kill that army. Although he's not really kiting too much, but actually doing okay. The skirms of Breeze were too much in the back. The Ulans not in the greatest position on top of the war wagons, and I think this should be pretty good for Dictator here, because once the Ulans are cleaned up, he can just pull back his war wagons like he's doing now, and he's got the skirm advantage because of the Jaeger. So all in all, pretty good for Dictator here.
Yeah, he actually defended that quite well. It could have gone a lot worse, but I don't think Breeze is going to be super disappointed either. I mean, he does get his skirmisher mass out intact. The Ulans themselves are sort of not too expensive. So yeah, I mean the game's still on for both players.
Sorry to catch you, but
oh yeah. He's lost. There's a dead settler wagon there, so he's definitely lost.
He lost 2 settler wagons and 1 veal now, plus the veal he lost earlier. So this is gonna be a nice eco advantage for Dictator here.
Oh, nice micro by Conqueror at the front as well. Micro 2 of the DOPs down, because so far the DOPs haven't really joined in on the fights, and they can be quite dangerous.
But this is looking scary. I mean, he's got only 3 war wagons and a bunch of non-vet Ulans. He needs to snipe the DOPs and hope for the best. The trees are going to help a lot, but maybe if he can snipe the war wagons now, then his Ulans, once they're upgraded, will do good. But this is not too good for Dictator here. I don't know why he felt like he needed to fight when he just killed like 4 or 5 veals and he didn't have vet Ulans. I'm not sure why he was out on the map, but either way, this should be sort of close actually.
Yeah, those 2 war wagons got so much value in the back. They're only now just going down. A couple more Ulans. I mean, again, it's still pretty even. Like some, Dictator is the smaller mass, but some of these are Jaegers, so maybe it's just about even. But it feels like Breeze has got the momentum just a little bit. Though he's behind on eco, so I mean, still a very, very even game here. And honestly, any sort of like big unit shipment or big raid could swing 5 doubles.
Yeah, that's not too good.
Fun shipment.
In a skirm war like that, because usually you don't really go for a skirm war in German Mirror, in my opinion, but obviously in this game they're going for a skirm war, so I'm not sure DOPs are too good in a skirm war, but we'll see, I guess. The Dictator does need some anti-cav or just something else than just skirms, right? I mean...
Yeah, we got another massive Ulans coming in. I mean, Conqueror has 3 Ulans in the back. Yeah. Some of these Jaegers might just be okay. He's also right. Ah, there we go. Batch of war wagons. Not the biggest batch, but it's gonna. I think it's gonna be just enough.
Yeah. This is pretty good for Dictator now. He just needs to save his war wagons. The DOPs are gonna come in, but I'm not sure what they're gonna really achieve here.
Is he gonna go? Is he really gonna go in with it? He's gonna go in. I'm be surprised if they get much done. We'll see.
Yeah, it kind of depends on how well Dictator can micro that, but he's doing a fairly good job of hit and running here. Needs to maybe nice split now, okay? And 5 Ulans though coming in, but there might be a batch of whatever popping soon for Dictator here. But right now it's looking very scary for him. He's gonna lose a lot of his skirms to these Ulans. Maybe pulling back the veals to fight.
Oh, 5 Ulans from the back, and I'm pretty sure there's a shipment coming from Conqueror as well. So if there's the 8 Ulans, to be honest, he might not even need the 8 Ulans to clean this up, actually.
No, this is a cleanup for sure.
Yeah, and I think he does reinforce with another shipment as well, but this is suddenly swung a definite advantage now here for Conqueror. I think Breeze just got a little bit overconfident. He shipped his 5 doppels and he kind of wanted to get something done, but it's sort of the wrong... Oh, we got another 5 doppels coming in. This time from Conqueror.
What is going on in this game? They really like their 5 doppel shipment, but alright. Because it's even more awkward when you also go war wagon, I guess. like to have a mix of dubs and war wagons, then it's also pretty hard to micro. And I don't know, they're also not veteran dubs. It's just kind of a no quad shipment, really. I'd rather have 8 Ulans there or 7 skirms than 5 dubs. Either way, though, Dictator is ahead in military, and there's not too many skirms here. So if he can get the snare and just send the doppels in, it's not like his dubs are gonna die super fast. One lonely dub joining the fight. Yeah, I think this is maybe GG.
Yeah.
Yeah. One Ulan also raiding here. And another on this gold mine. But he might want to have his Ulans in the fight here, because... yeah, you don't really want to raid at this point. You want to secure the map and just win the fight. So actually looking quite fine for Breeze here. Dictator's gonna have to pull back all his settlers. More Ulan's gonna come in. Maybe just what Dictator needs. This is a very close game.
Yeah, at the moment, it's sort of any big unit shipment could swing it. I'm kind of expecting. Oh no, okay. So Breeze has actually already shipped the 9 and 8 Ulans. So like any big Ulan shipment it's only available left for Conqueror. I mean, Breeze is just training a lot of dops. I don't know is that what he? It might be what he needs right now. I honestly don't know.
I don't like it, but well, I don't know, man. Like dops just kind of suck here. But
I mean, if they get into Meavy though, I mean, we'll have to see how good Conqueror's micros are.
Oh, nice splits. Yeah, nice splits from Conqueror. And now 2 dops alive. When he gets a second up low HP, he can actually fight. He should just fight now. It's just 1 up because he just needs to attack the dub with all his cav, and then he's gonna die quickly enough. But by just walking and he just respects that doppel way too much. I mean, these are vet Ulans, so you can actually turn back and fight instead of walking and just losing your entire cav mass meanwhile. And now, wow, so many vills dying here. 3 idle Ulans for Dictator, and I don't know what's... yeah, he's got 7 skirms in the fight now. If only he would bring his 3 Ulans, he might just clean this up. He might still clean up. Yeah.
Did you see the latest shipment from Breeze? It hasn't arrived just yet, but it's on its way. It's gonna join the fight.
I'd rather see 1k gold at this point, maybe, but...
yeah. I know the feeling though. Like you feel like you just need units like right now. Like you can't even wait for the 1k coin. It might be the wrong thing, but I like totally know the feeling, and I do it myself all the time. He just wants units on the field right now because he knows it's so close. And they're like fighting over these resources in the middle. But I mean, now it looks like Conqueror's going to clean up again. This is
so back and forth.
Yeah. And Breeze is going to lose these 4 skirms, and 4 skirms normally is nothing, but it feels like the end of the world if you just lose 4 skirms at this point.
Yeah, it's kind of big, really, especially since the boss lost a lot of bills and they cannot remass so much, and they're just tearing through their gold mines here. Like even that mine is almost done already. I didn't notice, but just gem and mirrors, man. And like you just deplete the gold so fast. And more dubs coming in, but maybe Dictator should have just made a batch of war wagons because it's good against dub Ulan. I don't know, but he's gonna kill the dubs here. Good micro from Dictator. More Ulans gonna raid. He needs to stop raiding, really. He needs to just crush the fight and then go. Okay, he's pulling them back now.
Yeah, the settler wagons and settlers helping out in range mode. I mean, I guess they're doing a bit here, and they're just down to like the last 1 or 2 units now at this point. We've got another 3 reinforcements. But I'm not used to seeing Germany at this stage. Normally you see like reinforcing batches of like 9 Ulans and sort of 8 skirms coming in, but at this point they've literally just been trickling in like batches of 2 and 3 Ulans and like 2 doppels. These are like the worst reinforcement batches I've ever seen, but of course they just don't really have the ecos for it, and they're just like constantly trading.
Right. And Dictator started to also make dubs. Apparently he decided that the dubs of Breeze did a good job and he would just go for dubs himself as well. But that's the weirdest German mirror I've ever seen, I think. Cav Combat also coming in.
Oh wow, yeah, no, that's pretty nice. And Breeze finally shipping that 1k gold that you wanted to see earlier. So assuming that Breeze can add a few more unit shipments. And yeah, the Breeze is going to have to run his villages. He kind of left 3 of them. Not sure about that, but he's winning the cav fight in the middle because of his 2 dots. But now Conqueror's coming in with his 2, which would mean that he now wins, and he's going to turn around. Breeze isn't.
Dictator should have forced that probably.
Okay,
this
that's strange. And now Conqueror's getting the raid up on top. Breeze must be feeling the pressure right now. He needs to spend this 1k coin needs to give him like a big reinforcement batch. I don't know what, maybe some war wagons or something, but he needs something.
it's a it's a very good 1k gold though, because he was forced off the gold mine here, and then he couldn't gather gold. So the 1k gold allows him to just mass units despite being idle, and to actually defend this push here, and more dops. And this is looking quite scary for Dictator. How is he gonna deal with these dopos without skirms or war wagons?
Wow.
Yeah.
These free skirmishers need a pay rise. They have some serious work to do right now. He's focusing them well. Like they are really paying off.
I am so confused. Maybe it's just because it's H2 dubs, but this felt like Breeze would clean everything up in my eyes, and then in fact just somehow okay, well, interesting.
I think we're gonna have a small contention over here, and we'll have to see who notices this first. But this is one of the only few coin mines left on the map. I think there's only 2 coin mines.
Yeah, there's only this one that no one scouted. But if you know the map, you know it's always here, and that's it. Then there's no other gold. So, are we going to see a gem and mirror with people going crossbow pike? That would be great. Never seen that, I think.
So Conquerors, he feels a bit uncomfortable because the coin mine is closer to Breeze's base, so probably a smart move. He pulls most of his villagers back. But the issue for Conquerors is he's gathering no gold. I mean, the only gold he's gathering was these 3 villages, which he's now going to move away. So yeah, how's Conqueror going to reinforce? He's going to need to, as you say, kind of transition over to that bow pike.
Or maybe wait. Oh, that Ulan. Oh god. He's actually finding the gold mine, so now he's okay, maybe.
Oh yeah, so maybe he just didn't know about it then, yeah, and now he can pull his move his villagers down there.
Yeah, and Breeze doesn't know about it. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, sorry, I was going to say it's still a lot of walking time though. I mean, it's going to take maybe a good minute for them kind of to get down there, and that's a lot of momentum lost potentially. I mean, Breeze is the first one to add in pikes actually, so the fight's now coming up to the north. We got 2 pikemen and a couple of rulers.
And one dop. That dop is going to be so good, man. Dictator just needs to fight. He just needs to fight now. He can with the dop, but oh well.
Oh, that dop. I feel like it could have done more, but we got 5 reinforcing pikes, so that's going to push Breeze back. And what has Breeze got in terms of? So Breeze has got 4 pikes and 4 Ulans to reinforce. So yes, we've now transitioned over to pike Ulan. Both players are going pike Ulan. Have you seen this before? Because this is new to me.
No, I haven't. One thing I know why Dictator won that fight here next to Breeze base, because he's got calf combat. I forgot about that, but he should calf combat at some point. So that's why here he just won the fight. In fact, so yeah, Dictator just needs to pull vills on that mine. I mean, he's got a bunch of vills here, just gathering not useless resources, but not gold, and that's gold is what you need now. So he's sort of focusing really hard on that gold mine on top, but in fact it's gone. So all he needs to do is get that last gold mine on the map for himself and mass some real units, with the gold, and then he wins, I think. But this is
this is a big fight. Breeze may be going to pull the villagers in. They don't actually have HP, but we got 5 more pikes from Conqueror, so we're going to have to see how well. I don't even know how you might call this. Maybe just leave them on attack move. But it looks like Breeze is winning that fight, and this is a very decisive fight in the game. Conqueror does have quite a few reinforcements. He's got 10 pikes, but they're going to be a bit late to the party here. And yeah, no, Breeze gets a really nice trade there. He doesn't have to move his vills as well.
And Dictator kind of wasting his reinforcing pikes here. He should have just gone back, but yeah, it's. What? Did you see that?
yeah. I've just noticed it. We got the double outpost.
I mean, sure, that's nice, but like they're anyway fighting over this point here. He could have just sent all his vills on that gold mine. And this is so game losing for Dictator, just ignoring this gold for so long now. And if he can hold for long enough now, he will just be able to claim that gold. But I'm afraid he will not have enough time. I mean, these Ulans, I guess there's some pikes. Maybe, I don't know.
He's going 100% pikes right now. His composition in a German mirror is 100% pikeman. And it's not even a bad choice. Like it's fine against Pike, Uland. It'd be interesting to see if either player upgrade. Oh wow, okay, so that's a ton of bells. That's wow.
Yeah, I don't think there's a coming back at this point for Dictator.
Yeah,
He was quite ahead at some point, but yeah, just not going on that gold mine was tough. Although if he can get dubs out, since no one's making anything else than Pikes and Ulans, if he can get like 10 dubs, maybe he just beats an infinite amount of Breeze army. Although Breeze is adding crossbows now.
I like how he decided 2 outposts wasn't enough, so we got that third one there.
Hey. The thing is that Breeze didn't ever scout that gold mine here anyway. But yeah.
Yeah, that's a shame actually, because if you played on, as you said earlier, if you played on this map a bit, you'll know that coin mine 100% of the time always spawns in this little kind of niche in the corner. So that's something that players should kind of research before.
Yeah.
So,
and you can even wall that up like 3 or 4 wall segments. It doesn't cover your villas all that much, but it allows you to defend easily any kind of 2 or 3 Ulan raids. You can have just that small wall. But yeah, I mean, 3 towers is expensive at this point. It's 750 wood. He could have much more pikes or bows or a plantation or a mill or I don't know, whatever instead of that. And yeah, I mean, the graft are looking just really, really bad for Dictator here. So one-sided.
Struggled to see what he can do, and Breeze is actually even teching Vet Pikeman as well. So this is probably going to give him even more of an edge that he might not have already had. And he's found this coin mine at the bottom. And I guess normally this would be quite hard to siege actually, but considering their composition consists of so many pikemen, it's not really even an issue. So he's just gonna get it down pretty fast. I mean, once they actually start sieging, which is about now, then there we go.
I feel like Breeze should pull back his Ulans actually. They're just dying really fast to towers, and you can't really replace them when you don't have gold. But it doesn't matter at this point anyway. And the last, he's gonna send his spikes in, but what are they really gonna do now? Hand infantry attack coming in for Breeze. Pikes on steroids here.
Yeah, did their attack even go up, to be honest? Because it's normally 8, right? And then I think it goes to 10 when you tech it. But anyway, there's the GG called by Conqueror. So Breeze, he's gone up 2-0 in this series. So looking good for SKG.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, in terms of the bigger picture, this is quite important that for at least if you're a member of SKG that Breeze does well here. We calculated beforehand that we need 5 wins from these 2 series, so the Sompu and the Breeze series. So if any wins that Breeze picks up here will make it certainly a lot easier.
Yeah, because myself and Sam performed just so poorly that you don't need to win that many games now. If we won more games, we would have been. It would have been a little bit harder for you guys maybe, but yeah, now you really don't need to win a lot of games. So
yeah, it's a really close finish actually. Like it's kind of cool that it's come down to literally these last like 2 series.
Yeah.
To really see who's qualified. Like I did wonder if like just 2 teams were going to run away from it, but it's been insanely close. And I mean, considering it's AoE3 and everyone has amazing ability to throw games, you know, it's still not over.
Yeah.
Especially with Lucas, an incredibly solid player. You know, if somebody has a bad day, you could easily see Lucas doing sort of like a full 1 here.
Yeah, right.
So all these games count.
I'm just having a quick look at the graph, and yeah, Dictator was ahead in eco for a solid 5 minutes here, and he just I don't know, took maybe too many fights. This was just I don't want to say more about this German mirror because it was just the weirdest I've ever seen, and there's so many things I would say about it, but I'm just gonna stop now. That was just such a mess, really.
Yeah, I feel like German mirrors always end up like that. They always start off like, you know, really sophisticated, like high level matchup where people like micro with skirms. It looks super high level, and then every German mirror just descends into like absolute chaos where it's just.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
But I've never seen that much chaos before, honestly. Like the pikes and the dobs and all that stuff. You know, it's not something you see a lot.
Yeah, yeah, it was quite interesting that both players were actually so keen to like switch to doppels there for a bit. That's not something you usually see. Most people just carry on with the sort of the scale more wagons, but I guess both those players just kind of like that style. Yeah, I think Breeze docks first, doesn't he? I'm pretty sure I did on this map.
Yeah. So
Yeah, because he counts a bit.
China, okay.
China.
Not something we've seen so much on this map. I feel like Russia should do pretty good against China on no TP if Dictator wants to go Russia. But I'm not sure if Dictator actually plays Russia.
I think he might. I think he also plays Brits, right? And I guess those would be sort of the two options you'd probably consider in this matchup. Maybe Dutch as well if he plays Dutch. Could be nice there. Because obviously China don't get the trading post, so China feel a little bit less scary. However, the one thing that does help China is you get those yaks. So yeah, I mean either way, it's an interesting Civ choice coming out from Breeze. I don't think he plays too much China. Obviously, comfortable enough to pick it anyway.
Yeah, very interesting pick. I didn't expect that. Definitely not. I just expected Russia because we've seen Breeze play quite a lot of Russia, I think.
Yeah, and his other main option would be India as well. Breeze going India is pretty normal, but yeah. I think he's obviously just concerned about some matchups in particular, and there we go. Yeah, this is kind of a classic matchup: British versus China. What do you mean? Oh, whoops! Has he picked the wrong one?
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Breeze didn't say that it was locked, and then Breeze didn't actually locked, and then Dictator was going for Brits as a counter pick to China, and then Breeze switched back to something else. In fact, which is why you always have to ask if it's locked before you actually.
Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. Yeah,
you have to kind of agree with Dictator that why would you select the Civ if it's not locked? But at the same time, you also have to agree with Breeze that if he didn't say it's locked, then it's not locked. So I usually always ask, is it locked before I get my counter pick? Because you get this, you play like you pick Brits, and then the opponent can be like, oh no, never mind, I didn't lock, I don't want to play that, and yeah, just a bit of unfortunate stuff here. But anyway. It's
right.
The rows are with Breeze here because he didn't lock China. So instead of Brits, then because Brits wouldn't maybe be the greatest pick against Russia, Dictator is going for India here, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and this is a pretty classic matchup. This is probably one of the matchups of the entire year, probably like the matchup of 2019.
Yeah, we've seen that so much.
Yeah, and here we go again. we probably guess exactly how it will go, like the next 15 minutes.
Yep. All right, so let's have a look at the hunts quickly. I think it looks fine. 3 hunts for each. The gold mines are also pretty much symmetrical. No, not symmetrical, but quite even. And yeah, so I think we're good to go here.
Yeah, the resources seem fine. The only thing to point out is that you usually get free coin mines on like your starting plateau bit, and sometimes your coin mine spawns behind the TC, which you kind of want as India. So like the setup Breeze has, and then sometimes it spawns to the side. Not a big deal, but Conqueror might be a bit miffed when he sees his coin mines outside. But I don't. It's not too much of a turn. It's just how it spawns.
It's also fine because anyway, Breeze gold mine is also in front of his native post. So yeah, obviously Russia doesn't mind too much this coin mine being here, but the map is fair, and that's what matters, right? So yeah.
Ooh, and you can see Conqueror's trying to not lead him to the 90. Conqueror already scouted the 90 wood. He thought Breeze was going to chase his explorer, and so he like diverted up to the north. So smart strategy, just trying to keep that 90 wood hidden. And I think it worked. I can't actually quite tell, but I think Breeze would have just missed it. So if Conqueror can maybe pick up this 90 wood, he'll be feeling pretty good. That's a really nice treasure to get as India. But he's Maybe I think he thinks that Breeze saw it, so he's kind of just ignoring it for the moment and playing it safe. Whereas I'm pretty sure Breeze didn't actually see it, so maybe a little unfortunate there for Conqueror.
Yeah.
In the meantime, yeah, Breeze is just getting a little yak train going, and he's bringing them home. So that'll be nice. A little bit of extra food, which to be honest, I'm not really overly concerned about getting the food as Russia. It's just kind of nice just to deny the yaks as India. But now Conqueror's going for the treasure, and he hasn't stunned them yet. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. Right, I was worried he was going to lose Explorer there, but it's not a problem. They were probably just on cooldown, and he just wanted to kind of start the treasure just before Breeze came.
Yeah. So he's going to pick up the 90 wood, and so that's going to be really nice for him in H1 now. Almost a free veil, basically. I mean, not an extra veil, but one veil you don't have to pay for. So instead you can set more of your veils on food. And we'll see what they do, but I think we kind of know what they do in this matchup, right? Like Dictator's just going to drop an aggro in base, and Breeze is going to go for a forward blockhouse. We know it now. We've seen it enough times, and
there's probably I would say there's probably two ways of doing it as India. I think there's kind of I've seen like a style that Migo does where he likes to maybe age up to age 3, and he sort of does a bit of a semi-FF as India. I think we saw it earlier today. I forget who did it in one of the earlier series. But then there's also the other way of just purely staying age 2 as India. So I think maybe that's the main distinction that you can kind of say in this matchup. But otherwise, yeah, it's going to be pretty standard.
Yeah, definitely.
And Breeze actually did quite well on getting the yaks. I think he's got 5 of them, which when you consider only having 1 explorer, I think you're going to be pretty pleased with. And I think that's partly because Conqueror was focused on that 90 wood, so he kind of traded off yak exploration time in favor of getting the 90 wood.
Yeah, definitely not what you'd expect usually. That many yaks for Russia, but then again, Dictator is also finding an 100-foot treasure on top. Very lucky spot for India here, right? Like the safest 100-foot you can get, and yeah, so he's got less yaks, which is definitely sad for India, but he's got 2 great treasures and definitely ahead in terms of treasures.
Yeah, and the treasures actually matter quite a lot. The early treasures matter a lot in this matchup because I think one of the most dangerous points for India is actually defending sort of the early aggression. So if Breeze goes for that 5 Cossack, 10 Strela timing, sometimes as an India player, for whatever reason, you'll just have like a slightly poor age 1 and then you only get like a batch of like 1 Gurkha or 2 Sepoys or whatever, and then you just start losing villages all over the place. But getting the 90 wood, getting that 100 food, it just means that you're going to get a really nice first batch. And you're going to be like in a great position to defend the rush.
Right.
So it's actually really, really important to get those really nice age 1.
Yeah, while having less yaks is going to suck for the follow-up of Dictator, right? Like for the next shipments and stuff. But it's not actually going to matter early on how many yaks he has. While having basically an extra 100 food and 100 wood is just a huge deal. So yeah, Dictator aging up quite early, considering it wasn't a wood start. 428 is an excellent age up time for India, I think. And so it's going to make it significantly easier for him to hold that pressure. He didn't wall up, which is something we've seen a lot in that matchup. But I think he should be fine defending the first rush.
Yeah, he should be all right. And he's did a bit of herding to get this nil guy hunt, whatever those are. Just around the back of the aggro, so that's pretty nice. And he's already moved his villager out front. Sometimes you forget that he had one just in front of the aggro. He's moved it just behind, so just preempting the pressure, which is now coming in from Breeze. The 5 Cossacks are coming in first. The 10 Strelets should be pretty soon. We'll have to see if these Gurkha don't get caught out of position. The Cossacks immediately going in on the...
Wait, what is
definitely out?
What is going on? The Sepoy is in the wrong spot, the Gurkha is in the wrong spot, the elephant's dying now, and yeah, I think there was maybe a pathing problem for the data or something happened, I'm not sure, but that's unfortunate for him. Trying to drop a consulate, but that thing takes so long to build, I'm not sure you even want to try to build it now.
Yeah.
And no Minutemen either. You kind of need the sentries here, I think, for the Cossacks. So yeah, that is not looking too good for Dictator again in this game.
Yeah, Breeze even got a villager there, so and he's getting to siege the consulate. I mean, he's going to be feeling so good about this. I mean, obviously Conqueror will be able to clean this up if Breeze stays here, but I mean, he's taken a lot of damage. Breeze is going to be feeling really good about that. Got the 600 wood coming in for Conqueror, which he's going to need to rebuild his consulate and pretty much everything else.
And did you see that Agrafort back herding the hunt?
Right.
That
it's all going wrong now.
And Dictator also didn't do a great job of herding the extra hunts he's got, the 2 hunts on the right of his base. He didn't touch them, so it's gonna be really tough for him. And I don't know what he's gonna do now. He probably has to ship units, which is really not something you want to do here as India, but I think he might have to ship them. But he's desperate to get that consulate up, but he's gonna lose at least some vills for it.
Yeah, I mean, he's calling the Minutemen, the aggro's going to do it. He loses another vill there. So the consulate will go up. Can he get this extra vill in? Or is it going to go down? He does. So it's not the end of the world there. And his 300 exports come in. So he's going to stabilize, but yeah, he's taken a lot of damage here.
Yeah, the problem is that out of experience in that matchup, if you don't hold really well as India, you pretty much lost, because right now India is doing fine, but very soon Russia will outboom because he's already ahead in eco and might even go fortress, and then India is just left with not much, right? I mean, it's not game over yet, but I don't know what you do here as India. Yeah, you get 3 hearts. I guess this is nice because Brace is just sending... Oh, he's got Musk and Cossacks on the way, though, so Brace is going to be okay here.
Yeah. I mean, Breeze is carrying on being aggressive. But I mean, we've already seen one set of Minutemen called. I guess he's got one more available. Breeze knows India fairly well, so maybe he knows that the other Minutemen don't have a possibility of being called. He put his muskets in melee, so it looks like he's once again going to clean up Conqueror. We've got 5 more muskets. I mean, I thought Conqueror had stabilized, to be honest, but he really hasn't. Yeah. He's I mean, what he shipped the big wood. So I think Conqueror thought he'd stabilized as well. Maybe thought the Breeze would give him a bit of breathing time, but you know, it hasn't been the case. And so he's got all his villagers idled. The Explorer's going to go down again. I mean, I don't see what you can do from it.
I don't know what you can do here. He kind of needed to just snipe the Russian Musk with his TC Fire and his Agra and all that kind of stuff, and maybe get a better position for his 3 hussars if he wanted to clean this up. But now he's used his 3 hussars. He's also just shipped the wood trickle, which I don't understand, because I don't think he needs eco right now. He needs units, and yeah, GG. That was quite the one-sided game.
Yeah, I think he thought Breeze was going to give him a bit of room, and because you can see that trickle came in about just under a minute ago, and that's when Breeze just hit him with another little time. Okay. And like, yeah, I can understand the trickle. Like, you're behind a bit, you think Russia's going to give you a bit of room, and you just kind of gamble it a little bit, and yeah, it just didn't work out, and you just get exposed. But yeah, I mean, that was a pretty one-sided game there. Pretty solid from Breeze. So he goes up 3-0 in this series. And yeah, we have to see if Conqueror can rally. And it's certainly looking good for SKG at the moment. So yeah.
Yeah, looking pretty good indeed. Can't say I'm so pleased with that, but yeah, oh well.
Yeah, I was thinking I've got to choose my words carefully here.
Yeah, I mean, it's what I get for playing bad, right? So yeah, whatever. Just probably won't make it to the playoffs, but oh well. So yeah, looking at the graph here, and just Dictator losing quite a few vills, never really getting any sort of military out. I mean, that first Gorka pop on the wrong side and the seaports out of position just went horribly wrong for India.
Yeah, that matchup hangs so much on like that first engagement, and as the Indian player, you know 5 Cossacks and 10 Strelets are coming. There's like no excuse for like, oh, I was caught completely off guard by that push. Like it's coming.
Yeah, definitely.
And you have to prepare like everything. Like that's your first big challenge of the matchup. You have to prepare everything around that. It's coming. You just you need a good first batch, even if you have to cut a market tech or whatever it is. It's just so important to defend that. And if you don't, then Russia can do what they want. They can either chill and boom, or as Breeze did. Breeze just kept the pressure on, and it can do anything.
Right. Not the greatest game to watch for sure, but quite a one-sided, quite a one-sided game. Sorry. And I'm gonna join again. Game is full.
That's all right. The guy got booted, so you're in.
All right. Arkansas now.
German mirror? It's a German mirror.
Maybe.
Calling it. there's one
Probably,
German.
yeah.
We just need the other German.
Maybe not as confident as he was in German mirror now after losing that first game. However, it was so close. I don't think Dictator should feel like he's gonna necessarily lose this one, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, in fact, the German mirror. To be fair, I didn't see the first game, but from judging what you said, it sounds like the German mirror was by far the closest of the game so far. So I don't think Conqueror should be concerned about clicking into a matchup he lost when it was so close.
Yeah.
Especially if you like enjoy playing Germans and feel confident as them, then I wouldn't let that put you off queuing into the matchup again.
Well, we'll have to see, I guess. But,
yeah, Breeze he's taking his time a little bit, so he's obviously weighing up other civilization options. So he himself doesn't immediately feel confident about clicking in. Oh, there
Russia.
We go.
Okay, that is not a great.
It's not a great pick. Should we warn Breeze just before he clicks in?
I was
warn him.
No, I was just confused about what he typed now. But yeah, I guess he was not sure he could Russia again. But yeah, there's a silver reset. So yeah. I don't like this matchup for Russia. It's not as one-sided as we used to think it is, maybe, but it's still, in my opinion, quite German favored. So we'll have to see what Breeze can do here. However, it's also harder to play from the German side as usual. Pretty much when you play against Russia, you always kind of have to defend really well when you're playing against Russia, no matter the matchup, or almost. So we'll have to see how this goes. But
I think Breeze, at least on land maps, he just like enjoys playing aggressively, and so he just wants to be up in your face pretty early on. And I mean, you could even see that style in like the previous game, because he could have easily sat back and did a contain on Bengal like after his initial push went so well, because Bengal is like a map which you can get a really nice contain on, but you just saw like Breeze's style come out where he was just like, nah, I'm just gonna keep making units and just gonna keep streaming in, even though I've already killed all his army and done some damage. I think he just liked playing aggressive, to be honest.
Yeah, but then sometimes he also makes 100 walls and goes pure eco. So I don't know if he's so much of an aggressive player. But I would like your opinion on the Huns. I guess it's fine. It feels a bit worse for Dictator, but I'm not sure if it's worth a rehost.
So we got 2 in the back. Yeah, it's slightly worse for Dictator, but I probably wouldn't rehost that. That would be my opinion. But
yeah.
I
guess this is all right. It was looking far, but in fact, it's not that far. So it should be fine for Dictator here, yeah.
He's just going to have to work on his herding, which will be important in this matchup. But this map has a fair few resources. I mean, he's got these 2 hunts in the back, so hopefully with some good herding, it should be all right for him.
Yeah. It's also a pretty good map for Germany in this matchup because, well, you don't quite have 2 gold mines in base. The second one is a little bit further away, but you still do have a decent second mine. Your trading post is not in your base, but also, again, it's not very far either, so you can sort of defend it. You have a decent amount of food, so there's quite a few things which are nice for Germany against Russia here. It's not the ideal map, it's not like, let's say, Kamchatka, with 2 mines in base, TP in base, and all that. It's a bit worse, but it's pretty good for Germany anyway.
Yeah, yeah. It seems like this map always spawns the Courrier de Bois treasure.
Almost, yeah. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
there's like four of these big treasures or something. Like there's a Ville treasure, there's the coin for three pirates, and some of this. And most of the time, the CDB actually does spawn. Is
looks
there
like
a
you
way
got
to pest the player while in game? Can you tell me?
you're not happy with the apology there. I think that was quite a sincere apology there, Kaiser.
No, I mean, I think it's just kind of rude towards Dictator. Then again, I can't really give lessons because I can't be rude myself in 20 games. But I mean, he's just talking about stuff while playing against his opponent, and
He's going to
yeah,
have to be careful not to get too complacent because sometimes if you're 3-0 up in a series, you're feeling pretty good. You can tell Breeze is right, like typing in chat, he's making comments, referencing you. Like we'll have to see if he's still on top of his game in this series, or maybe he'll let it slip now that he's
yeah, he might be getting overconfident, maybe.
yeah.
We'll see though.
Uh-huh.
And Dictator is working on the CDB treasure, but it's
He
gonna.
gave up on it, yeah.
Yeah, he does. He did. Okay, well.
I think that's because he missed his shot on the way back, took a bit of
Yeah,
damage, and was just like, oh, it's going to be too much time. Plus, like if you're going to go for it at this point, you can the amount of time you're going to commit when you need to be building that trading post. I think he just decided because he missed his shot on it, it was going to take too much time. He needs his trading post, and yeah, I mean, it takes so long to pick up him. He'd probably only just be.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
it's
so hard
close
to pick
though.
up. You maybe feel like if you miss your shot and stuff, then you're like, okay, I can't be asked anymore. I'm just gonna stop because
Yeah,
yeah. Oh, it's
exactly.
unfortunate that that hand walked away so much now. But
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, also something about this CDB treasure is that you don't really need to pick it up right now. You can use 2 Ulans. Although Russia can also use 5 Cossacks to pick up the CDB, but he would need to scout it for that. So yeah, it's still up for grabs in Colonial for sure.
Wow, yeah, and Breeze is actually gonna this hunt we were talking about in the middle of the map. Breeze is just gonna put a blockhouse on it.
Yeah.
So Conqueror is, I mean, he's gonna have enough hunts for a good 10 minutes. So he's gonna have options. We'll have to see if he does the traditional, goes up to age 3 and does a bit of a semi FF, or I don't know. Sometimes maybe some players occasionally push out and try and catch Russia off guard, but I'm kind of expecting just the standard
Well,
semi FF.
especially
Yeah,
since he's walling up now, I think we
yeah,
can
exactly.
expect some crossbow sort of gameplay here. Because if you're gonna make Ulan, which is sort of the standard stuff to do in German against Russia, you kind of want to make Ulans usually, but then I don't see why you would wall up, right? So it's probably gonna be crossbows, which still makes sense because that second mine, like I said, is not super safe. And if you train Ulans in Colonial, you're probably gonna just use your first coin mine already. And if you go crossbow pike, then you don't need that much gold. And yeah, indeed, it's a barracks going up now.
Yeah, these walls are really well done. Actually, I'm just like looking at the structure of them, and he's got at the top, like between the market and the trees, and yeah, it's just some solid walls here. So this will really help Conqueror's defense. He's going to see like every unit coming. He's not going to be caught off by 5 Cossacks coming in at a weird angle. Like all of his villas are kind of protected and behind these walls. So I really like the way he's built his little town here. That's really going to help him.
Well, I hope he can wall up. I mean, he's the best 3D player, right? So
That's a fair point. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. That kind of makes sense. Yeah. Um,
yeah,
and
and
yeah, Breeze is going to come in. Oh, so Congo's going to lose a full HP Explorer, which
yeah,
isn't the best to start with. He's got 5 pikes.
yeah, and 5 pikes, they don't get one shot by Russian musketeers. So if you just sort of TC fire them, which Dictator might start to do now. Yeah, he's got 8 wheels inside, which is quite efficient to TC fire musketeers. And then the pikes do pretty good actually, but still not really enough to do so much. But I think Dictator is content that he just well, I mean, Russia just went back, right? And he lost. What
Yeah.
did he lose? He didn't really lose anything, just a bit of idle time. Yeah, so this is
Yeah.
pretty good for Germany so far, but he's gonna lose his TP eventually. Although he might just get 5 bows and be able to defend it. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I think Breeze is probably going to be okay with this as well. Like he didn't. Um, okay, he didn't get too much damage done, but he didn't really lose any of his arms.
Yeah.
So still standing. He's going to take down the trading post. So I think he's going to feel okay. Conqueror playing it out fairly standard with that 700 wood second, which is just going to allow him to build up a bit of an extra mass, get a few more bows, maybe another pikes. We'll have to see, but probably mostly just crossbows. And he's okay. So he's going to add a stable here as well, and yeah, maybe add a few Ulans. Hopefully, he won't get into that position where he's just stuck in age 2. That can maybe be a bit awkward. Breeze trying to push in again, but yeah, no, Conqueror not losing any villages, so that's good for him.
Yeah, and I don't know if he will make Ulans. I hope he does not, but you can just drop that stable already, right? You never know if you will need to make Ulans somehow. Like, let's say you want to age, but in fact you end up spending your resources and just train Ulans and dubs or crossbows or whatever, and try to just punish Russia over committing in your base or something like that. It might also just be a stable, because you will need a stable in H3 anyway, and he ships 700 wood. So yeah, well, just kind of standard stuff here. 700 gold coming in, and no, for Russia actually. So he's gonna add Cossacks. Sorry.
I think I saw. Sorry, I was going to say I think I saw Conqueror overpopped. I'm almost wondering if 8 bows might be coming in actually, which means he's going to be stuck in age 2 for quite a while, which is maybe not the best. As we've already sort of seen his hunt situation. There's still a lot of hunts, but he is on a timer, so he can't leave it too long. But we'll have to see. I could have been wrong on that, but I think I just saw that he was overpopped at some point. So
I didn't see, but he deleted the walls, so I think he's going for it. I'm not sure this is too good for Dictator. I mean, he might get the snare with the pikes, but he can't really push the block. Well, there's only one blockhouse, to be fair. But he does need some more pikes, I think, because there's already 8 Cossacks. There's going to be more from the stable, and I'm quite sure 4 Cossacks are on the way for Russia.
Nice. So he's called the Minutemen too. I was hoping he was going to do. He's going for it. There's no H3 coming at all. This is the big push. Only one blockhouse. Like he's going to have to micro well. We'll have to see how Breeze defends. Breeze is probably panicking a little bit. He's probably maybe trying to ship 13 Shelets if he can. Conqueror's got the range advantage.
But there's a shipment on the way for Russia, I think, and certain Strelats. And why would you try to do that? Why would you not just age and just do stuff like gem and stuff? Because this is just probably GG now. I mean, there's just not enough German units here to challenge that Russian mass, and the crossbows are just gonna die to the Cossacks. And then what do? You don't have a trading post. You don't have any map control. I don't know what you do here as Germany. You just resign, honestly.
Yeah, I think Conqueror is maybe hoping to catch Breeze. Like if Breeze overcommitted, maybe his base and the 8 bows come out then. But I think he'd already sort of when he shipped the 8 bows, he thought, oh crap, well I've got to make use of them. He pushed out, and Breeze cleaned that up handily. And honestly, I'm surprised Conqueror hasn't resigned. I wonder what he's waiting for.
I don't know what he hopes to do now. Yeah, he's gonna resign.
And there's the currently 4-0 to Breeze. So I mean
just Dictator not playing very well. I know his level, I know how well he can play sometimes, but here he's really just not playing very well. I mean, it was all fine. He got a nice base. He was defending the pressure okay, until he decided to go for a random weird timing and just lose the game. So that is unfortunate. And gonna be another one-sided game here.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Conqueror can redeem himself in the last game. But that, for those of you who are counting between the teams, that puts SKG 1 win away from qualifying. So it's technically CMC can still qualify, but
yeah, it doesn't look too good.
Some sort of miracle.
Yep. So I'm just checking the graph, but there's not too much to say about it.
Yeah. I think it's just because he like committed to those 8 bows and and he thought now was the time. I mean, his hunts were still enough that honestly he could have just camped in his base still with the 8 bows, waited for that 700 coin, stayed up a bit later.
The prime of 8 bows is that you don't have a trading post anymore. It's going to be quite a while until you get your 700 gold and actually be able to age up. But I would have liked better, at least, if he would just sit in base with his bows, yeah, because then he would probably be able to hold most sort of timing from Breeze. But yeah, just being too aggressive. I think he didn't even need to ship the bows at all, right? He could have just gone 700 gold in Age,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah.
Then it's just down to how well you can defend the pressure once you're in early fortress. It's just down to that, but you just didn't need 8 bows at all, in my opinion. But yeah. Probably wanted
And
to surprise Breeze, just hoping, Breeze would just, sort of panic, maybe hoping to get a better catch when he deleted his wall there, hoping to maybe catch the Musketeers off guard and snowball it into a win, but it didn't quite happen, yeah. Breaks, indeed.
oh, so no surprise, Port's initially coming out for Breeze here. Obviously, a big water player, pretty solid water players, Portugal, and yeah, not a surprising counter pick here from Conqueror. Brits traditionally does well against Portugal, both on land and obviously Ports is a lot better on water, but Brits is still a nice pick here against water.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the, in my opinion, one of the best counter picks to Ports, because Brits have the tools to fight on water. They have the strongest European warships. They have like a lot of upgrades. They have a good economy. So even if somehow they do not contest the water, they are still able to keep up in economy. They are fast. They have the longbows, which are really tough for Ports to deal with. They have the 2 Falconets in H3 as well. There's just a lot of things like that makes me feel like Brits are a very good pick here.
Yeah, this map is kind of unique, and it has a couple of things. Because I played this matchup against Soldier the other day, and one thing that Soldier actually mentioned was if the game goes past like a certain length of time, Brits just have no wood to gather from. The wood is really restrictive, and like I think it was almost at a point where you just can't make any longbows, which is kind of an issue, as that's like your anti-dragoon, anti-musketeer unit, and if you just can't make them after like 20 minutes, then that's an issue. However, you do have like the first 20 minutes to try and outplay your opponent, so yeah, I guess there is that balance there.
Yeah, and looking at the minimap, it looks like there's some more trees next to the water, but yeah, if you don't have water control, you cannot grab them.
That's true. And even honestly, even if you do have water control, it's literally just like a token tree. You can see it's literally just like a single dot, just like one 300 wood tree. But yeah,
right. But it's still like, if you're out of wood, you would be happy to grab like 5 more trees or whatever, because it's still like 5 trees is 1k5 wood. It's a lot of longbows. It's like something like 35 longbows or something like that. So, but yeah, we'll see how it plays out. And well, we kind of know that Breeze will go for water.
He will. Now the question is, will Conqueror go for like an anti-water play, or will he just be content to maybe use the time to possibly even Virginia Company, or just max 20 manas and just hit a really strong timing in possibly Age 3? There's a couple ways you can play this, Brits. You don't necessarily need to counter the water, I think, but to be honest, I don't really know Conqueror's style. Honestly, why Breeze is taking a break, I'm just going to quickly look at Conqueror's deck, see if maybe he's got an anti-water deck in here.
Well, he surely does, but the question is he actually going to use that deck? Because the first game of this series, which you didn't get to watch, I think. Wait, does he even have?
I don't think he does. I'm looking through him. He's a 3v3 water deck.
3v3.
That's the only one. And I mean, there is one with 2 caravels, but like 2 caravels is just going to be like a minor annoyance to Breeze. It's literally just like a fly landing on you and just you swatting it away, right? Like,
yeah,
2 caravels is you're going to get nothing done.
Because in that first game, he just like aged up with the caravel as ports and shipped 2 caravels in transition and timed 3 caravels together with nothing else. So they just ended up eventually dying to docks and town center. And then he shipped a frigate and it also died or something like that. And I hope he just doesn't do the same and just ship warships and nothing else. And then they just die to docks and then it's pointless, really.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think he's really going to water. Well, he's not really going to water at all, or take it seriously. The one thing to note about this sea that's kind of quite different from other seas, well, actually the way it's positioned is, but I was going to say the resources. You get 6 whales, which is considerably more than a lot of other ESOC maps, but there's slightly less fish. So it's a different balance to most of the other ESOC maps where you get more fish, but you only usually get like 4 or 5 whales. So I don't know, maybe that will help Conqueror that there's less fish for Breeze to use.
Also, culverins can reach most of the water here. Like cannons do pretty good on this map against warships, just because of the shape of the water, I think.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's much easier to contest water from land than it would be on some other maps. Uh, this was a wood start, and that's surely pretty good for Brits here. Breeze is not chopping anything, so he's just gonna ignore that second 100 wood and probably gonna keep it for a dock later. And for now, just gonna focus on edging up as early as he can.
Cool. Yeah. I wonder what Breeze is wandering at the moment. Just having a look around his base. All seems to be. Yeah. Has he not played on this map before?
I don't know. This is totally fair. There's 2 hunts on the plateau and just 1 in base, and yeah. The gold mines are also even. There's always a lot of gold on that map in your base. 4 gold mines for each.
Yeah, it's this map's quite weird in the sense that you can defend your starting resources quite nicely because of all these chokes, but once your starting resources run out, then it feels like that's kind of it. But
Yeah.
if Breeze is a sea economy, he should probably be all right. And the other thing is that a lot of the extra hunts are actually going to be in range of these warships as well. So yeah, I think Breeze is going to be completely fine here, and it's up to Conqueror to make the plays here. We're going to have to see what sort of timing he can come up with to see if he can put Breeze under pressure.
Yeah, but when you look at his deck, well,
Did he go for the
first of
Caravel
all,
one?
yeah, he's got only 2 caravels and then a bunch of late game upgrades. But yeah, you don't really wanna go late game here. I think you wanna do damage, especially because of the tree situation, indeed. And he's just got 2 Vels and only VC. So Breeze even knows that if he checks the decks, he knows the plan. He knows that Dictator is 100% going VC, uh, which might or might not be relevant, but he's just giving away his plan already. And Breeze knows that Dictator is not really gonna fight water. He's not gonna apply any early pressure, most likely, because he's just gonna go via Gina Company 200 mana pop. So Breeze already kind of knows what's up, right? And meanwhile, if we check Breeze deck, well, it's a standard ports water heavy water Breeze Brothers deck with just very few unit shipments, couple crates, and mostly upgrades and stuff.
Yeah, nice to see he's got the full wagon as well. I've really been enjoying that shipment lately, so hopefully we'll get to see it again.
Yeah, I like to see your fort in that game against Soldier.
It's really fun. Like I can never ship a fort in peace, you know. Like I just want time to put it down, but like every time I put it down, people have got to run in with their sort of armies, and it's not very nice.
Yeah.
I've never like noticed just how long like the fort wagon takes to build, and so I started sending it, and it's just so painful just waiting for it to build.
Yeah, definitely.
But there we go. Hopefully we'll see it this game. Maybe not, but.
And also, actually, your fort was still good. I think you were just really behind at this point. But in fact, you punched so many longbows with your villas, and the fort actually paid off. Like, you killed a lot of units there.
It's a cool shipment. People got to start using it.
Yeah, but it's just so risky. It takes so long, like you say. That.
Yeah. So what do we reckon in this match? So do you reckon Conqueror's literally, is he just going to go 200 pop of manners, maybe age up to Fortress behind it, and then he's going to put on his timing at that point? I think that's what's possibly going to happen here. He's going to just do a 200 wood mana semi-FF and then hit his timing.
Just really outboom as much as possible, because he will get a better eco than Ports for a few minutes, not much more than that, probably. And then after that is done, indeed go Fortress and just flood units, probably, before Breeze can really get to industrial or really get bastion either. Just try to break that base and force it this way, because if you clean up the land and he only has water control, you're probably ahead. Even though it's not GG, right? As long as he has the water, it's not GG. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Also, nice. Conqueror did actually shoot that hunt once. Hopefully, he goes back to it and shoots it again. Because if he can just get this just away from the shore, it does mean that it'll be safe to use for later on. And considering that's his fourth hunt, it's going to be really important. Yeah, we see another build going out here, but Breeze is actually on top of it with the Gurkha. So Conqueror's only going to get one shot in here, and then he's going to have to retreat. Hopefully, he notices soon because he won't want to lose one of his villagers. Oh, and he hits the already dead Ibex. So that's as one hunt down, which might be valuable for later, but it does move further away from the shore, so good for a long time.
And that Gorka is gonna harass a little bit here. So yeah, Virginia Company into 700 wood, which is just well, it's what you send, right? When you get to build cheaper manors, obviously you're gonna get 700 wood and just spam as many of them as possible. And well, then, also actually similar build order when you think about it from Breeze. Just also getting the discount and then shipping the wood to just spam a lot of bills, fishing boats, manors, whatever. So yeah, just gonna be sort of a no rush 10, no rush 12-ish game probably.
Oh wow, five settlers coming in as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did build a racks as well, so I wonder if that's just to siege the TP. Maybe he's making a few musks. I kind of feel like it might be better for him to do that semi-FF play and hopefully go up to age 3. I feel like you maybe get a better timing in age 3. But yeah, so I'm not sure if he's going to stay age 2 at the moment or go age 3.
I think it's mostly because if you would just not make units and ship 700 gold next, he might have just too many resources. So maybe he wanted to queue some units to just time it with 700 gold so that you can age. Then I kind of question the musks. Maybe pikes are just better because they just siege more. But
oh, these walls are starting to get obnoxious now. Breeze is adding second layers, like layers in the middle. Oh dear, this is going to be painful for Conqueror.
Yeah. Then again, if Dictator can just force a small reaction now from Breeze, which he might, I don't think he will, but and get to H3, then he might just do a lot of damage in H3 to Caravels.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I don't think they're going to get any, they're not going to get much done. Maybe they'll get a fishing boat kill, but like,
yeah,
Breeze, they're not even going to get if they don't even get a fishing boat, then that's going to be an issue for Conqueror. He needs to get a tiny bit of value out of them. Maybe force Breeze to ship his own 2 caravels. I mean, that would kind of be okay, right? If you the odd fishing boat, force Breeze to ship his. But I mean, they do need to get something done. So we'll have to keep an eye on those. In the meantime, Conqueror has actually used that little diversion to power on into Breeze's base. So he's forcing a bit of idle time. I didn't actually see if he lost any villages there. Let me see the units lost. Nope. So good work from Breeze there, getting all his villagers into the town centre. Wasn't too distracted. The caravels have moved in again at the same time, trying to take down this dock. But I don't really think they're going to get it down, and they're just taking a bit of damage there. So he's not getting really much damage done on either front. Oh, though he's getting a few muskets.
Yeah. So Breeze actually deciding to train units, which is not something you always see in this kind of game. But, Minutemen gonna be cold, Dictator gonna escape most of his musks. But yeah, Breeze is gonna be fine for the time being. Meanwhile though, he's containing the water a bit, and Breeze did not decide to ship the 2 caravels, but actually he trained 1 and might still ship 2 next. We'll have to see. He also used his 700 gold for stuff. I don't actually already know how he spent that gold, because
oh wow,
I guess he just, with Minutemen, 1 caravel also cost 100 gold, that kind of stuff. And so yeah, Breeze ends up having 3 caravels, while Dictator has only 2, so it's a bigger investment for Breeze. So at the end of the day, it's a small win for Dictator here. Also gonna kill the low HP Minutemen and push his villagers away. So, you know, Dictator not doing a ton of damage, but it's looking sort of good for him. Also, the eco is still similar at this point, and Dictator is aging quite a bit earlier than Breeze, even though Breeze obviously will be able to use a fast age politician.
Sure, and this is what I like to see, right? You clearly need siege.
Yeah.
So we got an artillery foundry going up, and maybe you can just get out a big batch of falconets, possibly even ship 2 falconets and train a couple as well, and then just push in before Breeze can react. And I mean, he's certainly got the population space to do it. So he's up to 200. He doesn't need to worry about housing space or anything silly like that. So yeah, I mean, this is going to be the big time in here from Conqueror. It's going to be a musketeer and falconet push, and we'll have to see how Breeze adapts to it. Obviously, he's going to maybe, I think culverins would probably be the easiest way to handle it, but it's not going to be easy to get them out.
Yeah. And I wanted to point out that Breeze called the second set of Minutemen, and his age up has been delayed a lot, actually, and he's now only going to click up, so Dictator will still be up earlier. However, Dictator is aging with the 400 wood and the Caravel, and again, that Caravel is just going to die. Although it might just get some kills here, so I guess it's not too bad. You get 400 wood, which is arguably more useful than some longbows, which you are not even going to upgrade to Veteran. So I guess the 400 wood is nice when you're going for falconets or curves or whatever. And that Caravel will still kill a couple fishing boats. So all in all, probably a decent politician for Dictator here.
Yeah, really greedy shipment coming in from Breeze here, right? Economic theory as you're aging up. And he's going to be a ways away from getting a unit shipment. So that is really ballsy. Obviously, it's going to pay off if it doesn't get punished, but I mean, Conqueror is going to try and do his best to punish it right now. I assume he's got a ton of falconets coming. So I think Breeze is going to be a little bit concerned when he sees this huge amount of falconets sort of knocking at his door. I think he might regret sending that economic theory, to be honest, when he sees this.
Yeah, that's going to be 4 falconets, 2 from the shipment and 2 from the foundry. And yeah, that is definitely... It's not a huge army, but that's some siege potential for sure. And Breeze is not getting Bastion. He's nowhere near getting it. I don't know if he wants to get it before going industrial or not. He doesn't have a foundry either. He's got 2 barracks and a stable. So I don't know how he's going to deal with his unit composition right now. He's trying to wall up, but it's going to be denied. And these TCs are in big danger, I think. And 8 Vills coming behind for Dictator, just keeping... having a similar eco to Breeze eco, and also adding a second on center, just getting map control and ready to boom more. And that TC is probably just dead.
Yeah, I'm like looking for Breeze's reaction. Frantic scanning his base. Do we have an artillery foundry coming up? Is there culverins? But I don't see it at all. So like, what's his plan? Has he even come up with one to defend this? Like, 4 falconets is. And there's a big batch of reinforcing musketeers coming in from Conqueror, so he's going to be able to defend those. Because I mean, maybe you could just. I mean, we've got some hussars coming in from Breeze.
And big minute
out. So this is it. This is the plan.
Oh, Dictator! Come on! No, he's gonna lose all his fogs to the hussars.
Oh no!
That's so unfortunate. Really, there was one point in the game where he needed to pay attention. It was right now. Still though, I mean, he lost 5 horse. He killed 800 resources worth of Minutemen. So that was pretty sloppy from Dictator. But at the end of the day, he's still coming out on top.
He's still got 1 falconet. Actually, I kind of assumed when they'd all gone down, but he's still got 1. That's going to be really useful to help siege. Breeze is obviously targeting the falconet, but the town centre side, the colonial militia, is actually doing a fair amount. Oh, and actually, he's got a big reinforcement batch of 3 more falconets, and this time his musket count is actually maybe reasonable. So even if 5 hussars do come again, hopefully Conqueror, for his sake, can actually body block this time.
And I think this is looking kind of over if Dictator plays right. I don't know what Breeze does now. I mean, he's going to be behind in eco. Eventually, not anytime soon, but eventually he will be out of fish and might have to delete some fishing boats, although there's quite a few ways, so maybe not. But yeah, you know, like, just losing 2 TCs and shipping CM, by the way, just right after he lost one of his TCs was a bit unfortunate timing for Breeze here. You know, like getting that CM right after one of the TCs died, so he could call only 1 time 15 Minutemen. And yeah, just not looking too good for Breeze here. Next, Dictator is gonna beat 3 TC booming as well, and he might even want to get a stagecoach. I don't know. So yeah.
How much do you reckon these organs are gonna get done? Like if these Falcons just turn and
Yeah.
oh. They have to, the packing animation on the organs is just so awkward. It's like I can't even tell what mode they're in when well I can when they're moving fast, but just such an awkward unit to use. And
Although
he's going to push him back in again.
at least when they get in shooting mode, they do it fast, unlike Falks. But yeah, and more Huss, but this is better defense from Dictator this time. He's sniping one of the organs. The Hussars are going down, and this is overall a pretty good trade, right? For Dictator,
Yeah,
I mean, he's cleaning up pretty much everything for just his 3 Falconets.
Breeze is just kind of accepting the shots on his castle. He's only now pulling them back, but maybe took one or too many two volleys there. And yeah, Conqueror's muskets are pretty strong now. He's sent 2 upgrades, so that's nice from him. And yeah, this is heavily in favor of Conqueror. We can see he's almost up 100 score. I mean, Breeze probably isn't going to quit for a little bit. He's still got the C, so he's going to try and play it out. But
yeah,
I mean,
wow, I didn't see that score. Wow, 100 score. Holy moly! We're gonna lose the last Falconet, but it was very low HP. Oh, what the hell is going on here? I don't know why these Veils are up here, but they're dead.
I think they were trying to flank Conqueror's army, but it just hasn't gone very well.
Trying to flank the Falconets with Veils, that would be genius. But yeah.
I mean,
yeah, this is just over. I mean, I think we can say it now. 1 TC ports against 3 TC Brit, and 30 Veils behind in eco despite being on water. Not looking too good. And then all the stuff Breeze ship like eco theory, rendering plant is even sort of mitigated by the fact that he doesn't have that many boats or that many Veils, and yeah, he's just gonna resign here and GG. So
GG.
Dictator does not get clean swept. He does get 1 win in. So which now, if Sompu loses 5-0, CMC actually qualifies. But
yeah, your dream is still alive.
Yeah.
Oh wow! I bet you'd enjoy that result as well. You're getting 5-0 and you qualify.
that would be fun, but I would be extremely surprised if that happened.
But yeah, no, it's Lucas would have to play very well, and yeah. So, but interesting series this one, and yeah, Breeze takes it 4-1.
Right. So yeah, quite a one-sided series, but at least this last game was one-sided the other way around. I think, despite having sort of a weird deck and no water really plans for Dictator and stuff, he still won quite easily actually. And I think this is just the strength of Brits. Like this early fortress timing is just very scary to hold as ports. And yeah, so
yeah, he did it well. I also like the idea of just having 2 caravels as your anti-water deck and literally just shipping 2 caravels and watching the port guy overreact and be like, "Yup." That's quite cool actually.
Yeah, it's pretty good always to just do as little pressure and get as much reaction as possible, you know. But yeah, he didn't actually need to get 3 caravels. If you check the deck, Breeze could have got only 2 because he did some damage with a dock, right? So automatically he would be ahead in the caravel war. But I don't think that was the biggest deal. The biggest deal was just that Breeze age up was extremely delayed. He aged up after Breeze and then just couldn't handle the pressure really. And
that eco theory was just unnecessary.
Yeah, that was really pushing it. I mean, you really don't need that. But well.